What's going on, you guys? Welcome you guys to the channel. It's your boy Big Dog back with another one take review. And today I got one from My Hero Academia, episode 166, or the final season, or season 8, episode 7, however you want to look at it. And this, to me, honestly, quite frankly, was probably one of the best episodes of My Hero Academia in general, and also, to me, probably the best episode this season, or the second best. It's between this and like Bakugo Rising, you know what I'm saying, between those two episodes. Nonetheless, this episode was phenomenal. It started off, obviously, you had Deku trying to break through to Tenko, and just seeing him on the ground, but he's still like a shadow. And then him using Shimura to break through completely, to shatter the glass that's been holding down Shigaraki and Little Tenko and get through. And you have this moment between Shimura and her son, her apologizing that she didn't come back, apologizing for what she did, something that she never actually got to do in her life. Obviously, that wasn't actually her son. It was like a manifestation created by Shigaraki. But what she was able to apologize to was little Shigaraki, was him, and tell him that grandmother, sorry, it's my fault. And that enough was phenomenal. That enough was emotional. Then you have this moment, obviously, with like Deku seeing how everything started for Shigaraki. With like obviously him killing Mon and him about to kill his sister, and Deku stands in the way and said, and just like thinking about how good of a hero Deku is honestly, it's frightening, because the way Horikoshi writes him is better than any other hero I've seen in my entire life. But him stepping in front of the way, and stepping in his way and like grabbing his hand, even though we've seen this man use decay and kill stuff. And while you see Deku hands literally decaying, he's telling him, I'm not going to let go. He's like, wow, it's because you're crying. It's because you're crying. And he's just like fighting to like holding back. And he's like, when I needed help, somebody grabbed me. And then you think back to when Shigaraki even said, maybe if a hero has stretched out their hand to me. You know what I'm saying? And that Deku's that hero. It's the fact, it's not only the fact that he did that, it's the fact that he did it while smiling. It's the fact that those emotions that Deku was able to produce was getting through to him. And even after he broke through to him. The reason I love the Deku and Shigaraki dynamic so much, and it's probably one of my favorites in all of anime, I think it is my favorite in all of anime between hero and villain, is that moment where Shigaraki was like, no, I'm a villain. No, he didn't say I'm a villain. He said, he said it at first, but then when he looks up and he sees the other members of the League of Villains, and he said, I have to be a hero to them. Essentially meaning like, I get, like, thank you for doing what you did, but these people who I'm doing this for. You know what I'm saying? And I love the fact that he never abandoned them. Because I was always wondering, like, Shigaraki never brought up the other members of the league, knowing that, like, obviously he don't know, but like Davi's gone, Toga's gone. So I'm like, it seemed like Shigaraki just kind of like, you know, maybe got so full of what was going on, he didn't care. But no, he always cared. He always cared about them. And that's the reason why he's doing what he's doing. I'm just like, damn. You know what I'm saying? But it's not even just them. It's other people in society who want Shigaraki to just destroy it all because they feel just like he does. And then we get to something that just kind of fucked me up. Just completely fucked me up. Just throws everything off in general. And it's when you go to, you start seeing things through somebody else's eyes. It's not Shigaraki's, not Deku's. You hear a familiar voice, but you see Shigaraki's father. And you hear All For One's voice talking to him. And then you have this whole thing, this whole spiel from All For One, where he tells Shigaraki repeatedly, I told you, nothing that you ever done was on your own accord, was your doing. Nothing. Not even being born was even Shigaraki's father's idea. It was all placed by All For One. Every single thing. He said he needed to do that because he needed to create somebody with enough willpower in order, because if you don't have enough willpower, you're unable to take one for all. But he basically created Shigaraki for that whole purpose. Stole the quirk that Shigaraki was initially going to have, gave him the decay quirk, and pretty much orchestrated the entire death and murder of Shigaraki's family by his hands. That's sickening. And then after that, he said, it's your fault for being so weak. I did all of this for you, and you let this boy stop it and take over his body. I said, what the fuck? I said, this all for one's evil. Yes, all for one's evil, all for one's bad. I knew that. Knew there were no redeeming qualities about all for one. But to do that, it's fucking, like, bro, it the writing, fucking exceptional. I mean, just downright exceptional. But I'm just like, damn. And then you see Shigaraki shatter. And when Shigaraki got the itch again, that okay. I'm just like, this is so fucked up. This is just, I don't even know. Like, it's like, damn, bro. Literally like, damn. And then you obviously, but during that whole little back and forth between Deku and Shigaraki, Deku lost his arms. And obviously, I'm just thinking, okay, this is in that state. I didn't think when we got back to actually seeing it, my boy wouldn't have any arms. Now, I've seen the image of him not having no arms, and I'm not gonna lie to you, that seeing it didn't really bother me. It was when he was trying to move and he was dragging his arms and the blood was just going everywhere. That's what really fucked me up. That's what really got me. That's what really, like, bothered the shit out of me. I'm just like, I hate to see my boy like this. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he's on the ground looking up to All For One, who's essentially about to, like, okay, I can't get what's the name on. I can't get One For All anymore. My brother's gone. So I'm just going to take the world. Like, that's literally, like, he's like, okay, I can't get the other stuff I wanted. Guess I just take the world. What the fuck? Like, that's what you basically, like, I'm a seller for the world. And then you get Sarah pulling up. Him, Hojiro, and Sugar Rush, I can't think of his name. They all show up and help Deku. And then you see Kurogiri's portal and Aizawa walking through. And then you have a moment with Kurogiri, Aizawa, and President Mike, which another just emotional scene that Horikoshi laid the foundation for, and the payoff. And we get the payoff to that during this, because once again, we already saw the embers of it already through multiple different interaction between them. But we don't think nothing about it when the war going on and Kurogiri is, like, you transporting people everywhere. And then the fact that you see him transport those two specifically, it's a reason, because the friend is still in there. And then you even see him, he's crying. Like, this episode was just, like, filled with emotional shit, just all throughout. Just revelations, the backstory, like, so much stuff just all throughout the entire episode. But the fact that they now can use Kurogiri. But the fact that when they saw their friend in that again, I'm not gonna lie, that was also another one of the best parts of the episode. But the thing that also gets me again, it's just the fucking writing from Horikoshi. When you see Eri, and she tore off her horn, because she wanted to give it to All Might, she wanted to give it to Bakugo. But that she had no way. But now she knows, as I was going to the battlefield, she tells her to give it to Mr. Deku. And like, you might mess up your quirk from this. She said, I don't care. She said, I want to sing. That's what Eri wants to. Eri wants to sing. She doesn't, So, like, if her quirk messes up, oh well. She wants to sing. She wants to hear Deku. She wants Deku to hear her sing. And obviously that comes from, like, the sports festival. And she probably built a love for singing. The thing that made her smile. The moment where she first remembered how to smile. This young girl. Oh, it's just like, damn. It's just like, damn, bro. It's just like, and then we have this in-game like moment where all the heroes who are capable of standing up and still fight come through these portals. You see a lot of class 1A, you see some pro heroes. They're all there because and Aizawa uses Ares' horn to give Deku his arms back because he just lost them. And now the final battle starts. Deku starts crying, but he pulls it together, clenches his fist, and it's time to go and the episode ends. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. I hate to say this. But if I die for this week, my life was incomplete. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. That is bad luck. I'm telling you right now, that is probably the worst thing you can say. But oh my God, this was a special episode. A special episode. Quite frankly, one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Some of the greatest storytelling I've ever seen. So emotional. I mean, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, bro. Just 10 out of 10, man. Oh, man, this is the type of shit this is the reason I love My Hero. The action and stuff is always great, but the way the writing and how the characters intertwined with each other, the emotional beats, this is what makes it for me, man. Phenomenal. Just perfect. You guys let me know what you thought about this episode down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching the vid, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Peace.